fool. You are the fool.
I'm not a fool.
You think I can shoot anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
a fool. Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
As at the time I graduated, you were in primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Which order? And they say you will see whether you run this here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go and develop here. Go and develop here.
I'm not a fool, sir.
You would have killed everybody here.
No, we are not killing anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
What this is all about?
Well, it's unfortunate. And these are the kind of things.
Okay, my people, I am in the site. I just came to do a brief checkup. But let me talk on this particular issue that is trending right now of FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. Come closer a bit. So FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and the military officer, the lieutenant, who was courageous, firm, but disrespectful when talking to Nyesom Wike. I know when I use that word disrespectful, I know some people will not be happy with that word. How is he disrespectful? I'm going to explain to you how the military officer was disrespectful to Nyesom Wike. And I'm not also saying that Nyesom Wike is totally right in using verbal abuse or verbally assaulting the officer. But this particular issue of Nyesom Wike and the military officer, what I observe from my own opinion, everybody has the right to his opinion. From my own opinion, what I observe is this. That military personnel, that lieutenant, is it Ayeri or Amira, something that's his name? That military officer is somebody who you see as somebody who is already agitated. You know, let me use this illustration. Somebody that has, for example, I and you have issue, I and somebody have problem, and the person is very powerful. And that person, you have been hearing a lot of things about the person before. Even though the person is in higher position, because you have been hearing bad things about the person, you say, one day if I meet that person, I will show him I also have strength. I will show him my own capacity. That's what I see that happen in that place. That young military officer is like somebody who has already had animosity for Nyesom Wike. He has already gathered information about Nyesom Wike. This minister, he takes people's land, he does this, he's a bad man, oh, he did that. A lot of things will have been cooked off. So, you know, somebody who has already have that kind of thing in his mind, if you even meet a superior person, that tendency to want to rebel will be there. If you look at that young officer, you see that the tendency to want to rebel against Nyesom Wike was there. He was just trying to calm himself. If they have let that guy to let loose, he can even just divulge Nyesom Wike. But you see that because of he just trying to, he don't want to pass his limits. That's why you saw that people are saying he's courageous. Now, but if you look at it critically, you know that Nyesom Wike is not totally wrong. In fact, he's not even wrong. He's acting under his jurisdiction. But the military personnel, one is not supposed to, as a soldier, he's not supposed to go and be guiding property. So it's not part of his oath to go and be guiding property. When they are not fighting on the place, he can only protect the land and property if there is a lot of chaos. So one is not his duty. Number two is acting on orders of retired personnel. Okay, now Nyesom Wike approached you because the boy has already harbored animosity. He was talking rudely, but people were taking that rudeness for calmness. No, that's not calmness. Okay, if you look at it, there's nobody that like to be challenged, especially when you're in authority. Nyesom Wike is like somebody who is equivalent to a governor. A governor of Anambra State or any other state, that lieutenant now went to a particular land and the governor is telling him, leave this place. Will he challenge the governor? The answer is no. No matter the commander that gave him that order, the commander is no more than the governor. So respectively, Nyesom Wike is like the governor of FCT, working under the president. So automatically, by high ranking, Nyesom Wike is even more than that is vice admiral. That is, and note, there's a cluster there. The vice admiral is not an active vice admiral, he's a retired one already. Okay, look at what happened there again. Nyesom Wike pick up the phone and call the chief of defense staff. Now, by ranking, after the president, the next person that in military, when it comes to the active force, that is supposed to be in the next command is the chief of defense staff before any chief of staff of either Navy, Air Force, or Army. So the chief of defense staff is higher than the chief of naval staff or the chief of army staff. So if Wike called him and he's speaking to you, a lieutenant, a very junior officer to him, although I didn't know how the conversation, they didn't reveal the conversation. But if the chief of defense staff has given that lieutenant an order that, okay, the minister for FCT is there, you can now disembark, leave there, go back to base. Then, okay, minister for FCT, please, you can also leave the land. We'll discuss this matter later. He has made Wike to end disrespect. But allowing Wike to leave that place without giving that man a direct order is a disrespect to Wike. I know a lot of people have said so many things, but you know one thing about Nigerians, especially with the youth, we are all agitated. We are like people who is boiling, just waiting for any action that will lead to that outburst. And you get to the point now. A lot of Nigerians are angry with the government. So they are looking for anybody that want to come up and say anything. So if that person is even doing wrong, they don't care. They just want somebody that can challenge the government. And the fact is this, Africans, we are corrupt, not even only Nigeria. If this agitation now, if a young person still become a president of Nigeria today, it will still be the same, if not even worse. So the reason why Nigerians are commending that lieutenant is because they saw him that he's somebody who could be able to challenge Wike, but that is not the right thing for him to do. Because how can Wike be talking? Wike talk out of burst of anger, because it's like, you a junior person challenging me. Okay, look, when the police officer was trying to talk to the lieutenant, he told him, say, you shut up. He said, you are a junior officer, I cannot be talking and you are talking. So he challenged the police officer that the police officer is not supposed to talk while he's talking, because he sees himself as a high ranking officer. Okay, can you now compare, if you want to go by ranking, can you compare that lieutenant to Wike? Wike is even more than your chief of naval, your chief of naval is retired presently, because he's actively serving. So he's more than your former chief of staff that's retired. But you are challenging him because the man told you you are a fool. Shut up your mouth. You tell the man, you should not shut you up. You are telling the man not to shut you up. You are telling in normal circumstances, let's take this down. If, for example, an elderly man or a senior person is talking to a younger person and he's telling the younger person, shut up, begs of courtesy and respect. Even though the younger person is doing his right, we say, he will not reply that shut up, or if the person will call him, you are a fool, he will just keep quiet. I say, leave the person. I say, please sir, I can't leave, I am acting on orders, I can't leave. But you don't need to reply and say, no, I will shut up, no, I'm not a fool. Replying back is like an insult on its own, it's an insult. So if that military officer was to go and said, I'm a man of integrity, he's supposed to be like, sorry sir, I am acting on orders and I can't leave this parcel of land because order have been given to me by the vice admiral, the former chief of naval staff, and I'm not leaving this property. You are a fool. You are this. You will keep quiet. You are an idiot. You keep quiet. Shut up. You keep quiet. But he won't leave his duty. He's acting on orders. If you want any change of order, you can make calls. If they give me order to leave here, I will leave here. I'm only acting on orders. The man has spoken respectfully. You don't need to challenge and say, I'm not a fool. I am not you can't shut me up. But you are shutting other people off. So please, let's not be biased because of bad things we have heard of different things. Let's not be biased. Let's call it spade a spade. What the young man did is outrightly wrong. It's outrightly wrong. He's even the one that's supposed to apologize to Wike. Let's be fact. Wike is older than him when it comes to age. By the present perspective of government, Wike is more than him. But because of he has taken people's land, a lot of I've heard stories that he used to seize people's land, he just revoke people's land and give to his children. You know, I don't really know the fact about those. Those animosities already happened. And as long as that is happened, and the man has been hearing that his organa told him, if you go there, if you come, change out for him, don't allow him. The boy want to show that yes, I am gallant. So there's no, if he knows that he's a very big hero, he should go and fight Boko Haram, fight all the herdsmen, fight all these people who have been fighting. They will declare that hero. When Nigeria is drowning, what did the military do? The military is one of our biggest problems in this country. What have they done? If not for now that National say he wants to come and invade Nigeria, they start saying, okay, they want to curb violence, they want to curb this and that. Have they not been seeing the problem in Nigeria? What have they done? Let me not go into that as a topic for another day. So please, Nigerians, let us not be biased and say, of course, I see online a lot of people are criticizing you to okay, oh, this man has humbled you, this man has humbled you. To me, I don't know what the chief of defense staff told the young man, but the chief of defense staff did not give a direct order. If he has given a direct order, his order will have superseded the order of the retired chief of naval staff. But I guess he didn't give a direct order. I didn't know what transpired. But please, I'm talking to Barrister Wike, the Minister of FCT. You try to talk with that chief of defense staff. Next time, you should not. He's even the one that belittled you, not the young man. He's the one that belittled you. Because if he has given order to that young man, said, my friend, leave that piece of land now. It's a direct order. Your order is higher than when a higher order comes that supersedes the junior order. The junior order will bow low. So the chief of defense staff too did not give a direct order. He just was speaking with the boss, so he's talking to his friend. After the boy explained, he gave the phone back to Wike, and the situation remained the same. So what is the point of calling him? So it's all gang up. It's all